there and maintain a balanced relationship between the members of that community.
Question, yes, in the back, last row. That's you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tsai. I'm also from China, and I have a very simple question, which hopefully is not interdisciplinary. Just out of curiosity, if China ever experiences a process of democratization like that of Taiwan, which took place more than 20 years ago, would that encourage or prompt Taiwanese people to identify more with China as a state and also with Chinese historical and cultural heritage? And will maybe in the future will that help both sides of the Taiwan Strait to form a united, free, and democratic nation or country? Thank you.
Well, I think that is a positive view. Now, people in Taiwan seem to like the Americans and the Japanese better, according to some of the polls conducted recently. It's not we like Americans per se. After all, we have different cultures, speak different languages. But people feel closer to Americans and Japanese. Why? Because they are democracies. So the same applies to China. When China becomes a democracy, I think that people, Taiwanese people, will feel more comfortable and may feel more at ease when we are with China. So I guess the important thing is that China will have to develop itself and share the universal values with others. And then this is what I call building commonalities. I mean, if we have enough commonalities, we will certainly be moving closer to each other. And my position is that the future relationship with China, I would like to leave it open. But I would like to leave all the options for the future open. But the determination is, the decision is for the Taiwanese people to make.
Can you explain how that differs from the KMT position?
I rarely heard they said that they like us to keep the options open. And rarely I heard they say that this is an issue that is for the Taiwanese people to decide. You know, frequency sometimes comes.
If you say it loud enough, is that what you're a frequency.
Dr. Tsai, last month in Taipei, a KMT spokesman told me that PRC people visiting or staying in Taiwan, there's no reason why they couldn't vote in an election because they're Chinese. You've spoken eloquently about democracy. Wouldn't that undermine democracy in Taiwan? Who knows, the numbers might be more than 300,000 or 400,000 in the years to come. And do you approve if they just came and voted in one way or the other in the election in Taiwan?
And people having voting rights in Taiwan. It sounds a bit, forgive me for using this word, odd. We are a democracy, of course, and the community is a community of 23 million people. And we are electing our leader. We are electing the head of our local government. and it's a country, it's a community of our own. If Chinese people want to come and vote, they probably have to go through the process of becoming citizens of Taiwan. And we don't exclude that possibility. If they meet the requirements of the law, there's a possibility they become citizens of Taiwan. Then they will be entitled to vote.
Yes, the lady there, please.
So you mentioned clean energy in your speech, and can you be a little bit more specific and how you will make that happen?
Right. There are a number of options. Biofuel is one, and hydro is another one. Then you have solar power, and that is another one. So Taiwan is a place where if we build the right infrastructure, it's actually rather suited to develop biofuel and solar power, especially in the South. And my policy is that I want to make the South a center for developing alternative energy and also to build industries related to alternative energy. Because you have good agriculture there and you have plenty of sunshine. So and also you have lovely cities where you can build model cities, green cities. So what I would like to do is to make the South the center for developing alternative energy industries, and that creates jobs too. And I visited Germany a few months ago, and I was told that the effort to create new industry in this area, the clean energy area, will result in tens of thousands of new jobs. So I thought that this is a good area for us to move in. On the one hand, we would be able to develop alternative energy for ourselves, clean energy for ourselves, and reducing reliance on the traditional power supply. And at the same time, we're creating new industries for ourselves.
With the blue sweater? Yep, you.
And I guess, how has that image sort of shaped up as where you are now? And my second question, I guess, is more economically related. It is, so as we know, the United States and both Taiwan, there's a lot of shifting of the manufacturing sector outside of the country, and a lot of jobs are being lost. I guess, and you talked about competitiveness in your speech, how you want to build that in Taiwan. So I was wondering if you could elaborate a bit more about how you were going about building competitiveness. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks was said when I was younger. Right. I didn't think about a career as a politician when I was young. No, I started as a professor.
It's a good job.
Then a negotiator, trade negotiator, I worked with government in trade negotiations. And then somehow I became a minister. That is the time that I met Professor Goldstein. No, I never thought that I would run for presidency. And it wasn't my my preference when I was young that I became a politician. But sometimes becoming a politician is not something that you like it or you want it. it's a matter of responsibility, in the sense that you have to take the responsibility when the responsibility comes to you. I normally would have a lot of hesitation to do certain things that are new to me. But this time, entering into this presidential race, I seem to have less hesitation because I understand this is a responsibility. Economics, job losses. I think this is a common thing happening in a more mature economy. I mean, even in the United States, you're suffering job losses as a result of outflow of manufacturing capabilities in other places. And this will continue because you have so many emerging economies providing less expensive labors for the manufacturing concerns. So unless, if you continue to get yourself in the cost-based competition, soon you'll be losing out because cost-wise, you just won't be able to meet the competition from the emerging economies. So it has to be innovation-based. And value-based competition for the more advanced economies, because the labor cost in these advanced economies is much, much higher. So, and then our advantage in Taiwan is that it's an open society. It's a democratic society. It is a multicultural society. And we have best education, despite the fact people complain about it, but it is still best education. And we do have a good social structure and social order. And these are the necessary environment for a value and innovation-based developing a value and innovation-based industry. So I guess our future is there, and that's why I suggest that no, not really suggest. I advise the young generation people that you have to be prepared to be innovative, prepared to be able to add values to the products of yours, and that's where our competitiveness is in the future.
Yes. First of all, thank you for coming here today. My question is, how, if at all, would you expect that your policies towards China would differ from those of Czechia?
Well, it would be different to a large extent, primarily because one, the next time when we're in the government, we will be a much more experienced government. And secondly, our supporters, after going through the 10 years of democratization and 10 years of dealing with the Chinese, are also more sophisticated than before. Now, with sophisticated and more understanding supporters, you are actually better positioned to exercise flexibility that you need in managing that relationship.
Thank you for your speech, Dr. Tsai. I'm a freshman at the college here, and I would like to know your opinions regarding American-Taiwanese relations, because you commonly refer to this ideological bond that we both have as democracies, but the recent refusal to sell Taiwan F-16s indicates that America is having a greater giving greater precedence to China instead. So how do you think this relationship will play out in the future, and how important do you think, and realistic, a U.S.-Taiwanese relationship really is? Thank you.
Right. Despite our differences, I think the U.S. Will continue to be one of the most important elements in Asia, and continue to be our best friend in that part of the world, because it is a democracy, and it is committed to democratic development in that part of the world, as well as it is committed to maintain a stable and peaceful environment in that part of Asia. And in those regards, we share the same objectives, and we have the same, we have common interests. But when facing China, we may have different agendas. But our ultimate objectives are the same, that is to maintain a stable, peaceful regional order, and then and we encourage the democratic development in that part of the world. So the ultimate objectives are the same, but our agenda at different times will be different. But that requires a lot of coordination, consultation, and communication between the two sides. And there are times the U.S. feels more comfortable to sell a more advanced weapon to us, and there may be other times they feel less comfortable in selling arms to us. It's a matter of continuing that communication to identify the best time to have this transactions and what sort of the weapon items that are best suited for any particular time. So you just cannot sit there and waiting for a decision to be made by the U.S. Constant communication and getting the understanding of the decision makers are very, very important. When the U.S. and Taiwan may have different agendas, but as I said, we share the same ultimate objectives. That is the peaceful and stable regional order, and then the second thing is a democratic development.